Alright, we're playing Control Point on Lijiang Tower. Alright, Trap's team seems to be opting for a traditional dive comp. Lucio Zen, they have to make sure that the Lucio protects their Zen, or else the Zen will be left pretty much dead. Red team is running a strange comp. Maybe it's a joke. It's probably a joke, right? Maybe it's not. Red team is opting for the Ryan Zarya comp on this map, which is a strange one. Ryan Zarya is usually seen at control center. The map looks like they're sticking with the Bastion. I'm curious to see how this works. Red team will be coming from this direction. Maybe they're just trying to get to point as quick as possible, set up with their Bastion, and see if the team can take care of it. Blue team really needs to make sure that they know how to deal with the Bastion. If they're going to do this, nope, looks like they're just going to stick on this map. So what needs to happen is the blue team needs to move on to point. The Bastion then needs to find a way to set up on point without the blue team getting up on. Blue team needs to not let the Bastion set up, and red team's win condition is letting the Bastion set up on point. Winston's trying to get the cleave damage in. He uses his bubble in a strange position. Now he's going to be taken out by the Bastion, or at least he's put very low, like 1 HP. They take down the Zarya. Bastion tries to jump on point. He doesn't have the Rhine in front of him, so and he has a Discord on him, so they should be able to take him out. But they don't manage to. The rest of their team goes down to the Doomfist, Chaos that's spread in there. Diva's staggering herself big by just jumping around. She needs to just die or jump off the point, but instead she decides to reset, which is going to take their team forever to reset, because she now needs to get back in her mech, and if they don't get back in her mech, then it's not going to go well for them because they need the Diva to take off the Bastion shots. Bastion already has ult here. They're trying to rotate around left side. Winston jumps in without support from the Diva. The Diva tries to set up. The Doomfist is kind of pushing in. Trap gets a boop on Ryan, and then that allows them to take out the Bastion. So after a very uncoordinated dive and lots of ult spent, they managed to get it. Bastion uses ult, which is a either they're trying to switch or they're going to kill the whole team. Nope. He gets 2 kills. And I mean, the team is rotating back in. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, this is just going to put a stagger unless blue team can't focus their fire. But if they can just take out this Doom and the Mercy, yeah. Like, I would think this would just be a stagger, and I'm pretty sure it is. They waste Grav, question mark. No one's there. Yeah. Alright. They were just using it so they could switch off. They switched to Soldier instead. I'm sorry, trying to rotate out so you can see better. They switched to Soldier instead. He's going to rotate around to the left side to see if he can get some chip damage in. Doom and Ryan have ult and their Transcendence. So red team definitely has an ult advantage here because they were able to make that last fight last for so long. So, I'm sorry, I always forget this. On control point, yes, they definitely should have staggered like that and stayed on the point as long as possible. I said they shouldn't have wasted ults, but they should have stayed on as long as possible. They take back the point. I didn't see who got picked. I assume it was the Zen, to be honest, but I didn't see for sure. Blue team's trying to reset here. They're going to go through mid. Nope, they're going through backside. At least they're scouting it. Diva's now low on defense matrix. She shoots a bomb in. Gets 2 kills. That's awesome. Way to go. The Zarya's Discord and out of position. They need to focus her down, but now the Doom is kind of behind them. They Discord the Doom, which is right. You should always Discord the Doom, because the Doom, his playstyle, usually, unless playing very passive, has to put him in a position that is vulnerable. As soon as you see that Doom charge in, if you Discord him, your team will be able to melt him pretty much immediately, and that's one of the risks of running a Doom. But if your team's playing well together and your Doom is trying to like push the Reinhardt back, so the whole team has to kind of rotate back, that can work out well, but you just have to be careful. Blue team retakes. Red team is going to push through mid with the Zarya. Zarya still doesn't have ult back after wasting it on that point, but they do have Shatter, which could be a big deal. Their Zen's in the back. That's a good position for him, but their Lucio's trying to flank. The Soldier ults, and so does their Genji, I believe. maybe? I don't. Yeah, they're Genji ults, and so both teams pop Transcendence, but the red team gets the charge, and they shatter, knock down both the tanks. It's going to allow them to focus them. It's going to take out both tanks. The Doomfist is on point. They're just going to allow to focus each person. So the blue team's coordination was definitely lacking there. They were all spread out. The Lucio just rushed onto point where he still, I mean, he kind of had to get there, which was fine, but he's going to be focused down. Genji's now on point, trying to get out. Winston's on point, but it looks like they're just going to be focused down one by one. Lucio goes down. Tracer's on point. Their Zen gets on point. Discords the Mercy, but the Mercy's flying around. They should just discord the Doom at this point. Doom goes for the Zen, which is now not being protected at all because they have to be on point. The D.Va should peel for that because she saw the Doom go over her head, but gonna stay on point. Pops ult. This is gonna be rough for them. Doom fights off the other people. They push people off point, and that's gonna be a round. Yeah. So the coordination that last fight before this one, the one that allowed red team to take back the point, was really the game decider, and that was. Blue team was uncoordinated. They looked like a string bean on the map. They were all over the place, and that's just unfortunate. Like you have the dive comp, so just dive people. But it looked like your Lucio was off doing his own thing, your Genji was off doing his own thing, your tanks were playing far back or like dinking on the tanks. They shouldn't be dinking on the tanks. You should be jumping the back line where the Zen is and stuff like that. And it looks like blue team has an idea in their head what to do, but as soon as like anything happens that requires them to improv, it goes down rough. So they might want to work on like situational awareness and what they should do in certain situations. They're just moving on to point, trying to get a good point vision here. Immediately the Mercy is focused because she has to fly onto point. That leaves her without her Guardian Angel ability, which is going to leave her vulnerable. Focus down. It looks like red team is doing a great job of focusing down their enemies. Hot Sauce is playing Widow on this map, which is okay. I mean, you can get them as they come onto point, but you can come on two different directions, and the pillars on point and the giant pillar in the middle is going to make it tough for Hot Sauce to hit great shots. But you can always get lucky. Tamaru switches to the Widow, try and counter. I don't know. I think staying like Genji to like if you just dive that Widow, she doesn't really have anywhere to grapple to. She's in that tight little space. There's no high ground she can switch to. They don't kill the Venom Mine. Tracer dashes off edge, has to use recall. They dive in. Their Winston goes in alone. He's gonna get damaged. Gets focused down. Well, I said that. Doesn't look like actually. Might just have dived the back line. I didn't really notice. So many people are just jumping off the map. I don't understand. But they do focus down Monkey after a little bit. The dive was uncoordinated. Now the D.Va's just running around, stalling on point, feeding, to be honest. Their Widow's going to try and look for some shots. Mercy's going in. But, yeah, the lack of coordination here. Lose a team fight, complete reset. Like, pull your team back. That's just what you gotta do. They get a stick on. Somehow they get a pulse bomb, but it's rezzed, so not a big deal. Monkey uses his barrier to protect from a D.Va nerf, and so now he doesn't have that to dive in. Blue team's D.Va is forced to use her ult to get back on her mech, or maybe she used it as aggressive, but either way, now she doesn't have that. They use drop the beat. Red goes down. Red team now has dropped the beat down, which makes them good. They're gonna win this fight for sure. I would laugh if they used ults. I mean, they use pulse bomb, but whatever. It's Tracer. She'll get it back. I don't like to say that because you should always use ults wisely. Like, don't waste ults, but not a big deal. It's not like they wasted something big. Dread jumps on point and has ult, but it's just kind of, he should have used it when he was lower on health. He just kind of used it into point. Gets knocked back a little bit by the D.Va bomb, which puts him at low health. He's just kind of point by himself. They're going to get focused down one by one. Yeah. Trying to give you a good view here. It's tough to do on these control maps because you don't have a high ceiling, so you can get a whole view. That's going to be victory. Yeah, I think blue team just lacked coordinated dives there. It's rough. You gotta be careful.
Play of the game.
Looks like they want to try again. Yeah. I mean, they didn't know what was happening with the Bastion. They got to keep the Discord on it and focus him down, but...
Epic.
Yeah. Got to focus targets. That's the main thing. Hit a Discord, focus that target.